Hey there, gang. So we're going to do something interesting today. This is song 10, or at least the skeleton of song 10, because I had some time yesterday and I started messing around with the Torso Electronics S4. This little puppy, it's like a 4-track sampler, granular thing. You know, you just manipulate and twist sound with it. 4 tracks, 2 outputs, like stereo output. And I was pretty intimidated by it, to be honest. I know I said I was going to do song 10 with it. And then I was like, that was kind of like, you know, just an experiment. And then I messed around with it a little bit and was really frustrated. And then I finally figured it out. It's not so intuitive as you would think. I'm sure there's people who are much better at it than I and much better suited towards its topography. However, I did figure it out. And I created 4 crazy, insane tracks at the right tempo for this song, which I'd already decided the tempo. And I had 2 previous tracks from VCV Rack that I created also at the same tempo. And now they're all in the same Pro Tools session sent out from this analog into my DAW. So what we're going to do differently today is the mic. I've been having a lot of trouble with the audio, with the video. I don't know what's going on with the camera. So I'm doing this with my phone and I don't want to overload it. And I also want you to hear the real fidelity of what I'm doing. So I'm going to record in everything you're going to hear. And then at the end, when I bounce it, I'm just going to put a limiter on it to bring it up to YouTube, you know, minus 14 LUFS standard. So it'll be the same as the rest of the video, the talking part, and relatively, and you'll be able to hear it for real, the actual sounds. I can't do that in every case because some of the songs have 20, 24, 30 tracks. I don't know. But in this case, at least at this point, I can do that. And if I can do it going forward, I will as well. It just means changing the routing of the tracks to a new record in track so you can actually hear what's going on. All right. That said, let's do it. This is song 10. It's going to be called Timeline. The lyrics are done. I don't know what I'm going to do with the melody yet, but the music has come out pretty cool. I also added a few samples that I had already cultivated from years. I have like 2 extra hard drives of royalty-free samples that I had purchased, and I found like 8 of them or 6 of them, whatever it is, in the right tempo, which is 120 BPM for this song, and popped them in, and it sounds cool as hell. I still have a lot of work to do on it, but it'll give you an idea of where this song 10 Timeline is going. And then we'll start backtracking to all the other songs and slowly finish them little by little, or at least the ones that aren't completely finished already. All right? Cool. Let's do this. All right. We're going to start with the VCV Rack tracks first. And this is the first one. I'm going to start recording. You know, a nice, slightly evolving, beautiful kind of thing. Because the song, the subject matter is not beautiful. It's about a serial killer, so that's cool. I like that. Part 2. A more pulsing VCV Rack sample. Actually, it's a performance I recorded. Got a little percussion in there. It's kind of cool. Now we get into the Torso Electronics S4 tracks, and they're crazy. The first 2 were created by me tapping on the top of it into the built-in lo-fi mic. I saw Sarah Bell Reed do that, and then I had a pattern in mind, and of course it just went nuts from there. So check this out. There's so much manipulation you can do inside the S4 that it never ends up sounding like what you actually did, which is awesome. This next track, I'm calling it an S4 piano. It was me tapping. I thought I was putting a kick pattern on top of what you just heard, the other percussive sinister thing, which sounds like a coffin being scraped or opened and closed. So I wanted to put a kick pattern on that, and it ended up sounding like a piano after manipulating it. So check this out. Yeah, a piano. Yeah, like someone's kicking a piano, but it definitely sounds like a piano. Insane. And then the fourth track is what I call a string track. And this was a sample that was already in the S4, because it does come with some built-in factory samples, and you can put your own samples in. And I stretched it and twisted it and pitched it, because this song is in G minor, to G minor, and made sure it also was the same tempo. So I had to start and finish, edit it. Anyway, check this out. And then last but not least, I forgot, there is one more torso track, because there were four altogether, 4 stereo tracks, and that is a bass track. Same thing, I had to pitch it to G minor and make sure it fit 120 BPM, et cetera, et cetera. And yeah, I made it sound the way I want it. And then I'm going to real quickly play a few other samples. These are the other samples now that I bought over the last several years, and they just happen to work in this. And now I'll throw them all together, though it's not mixed. This is just like pulling the faders up so you can hear what's going on. All right, so hold on one sec. So there you have it, song 10 so far. Now, I am going to do a bass part, kind of like a boom, 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 you know, kind of like a percussive pulsing bass part on the keyboard. And I'll do that with one of my virtual instruments. And I might put a little electric guitar on it, but I don't know. I don't know how much more. I kind of dig it. And anyway, some of the stuff is going to come in and out. It's not going to be going all the time. And when I do that editing, I'll know what needs to be added, if anything. So, song 10, timeline, do a little bit more work, and then we're going to go back to the beginning. Song 1 is completely done, but we'll go back to song 2 and then go forward again and finish this album, and you will be there with me to follow it every step and every detail along the way, and hopefully add some feedback of your own. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Thanks.